The family of a 63-year-old grandmother, Elizabeth Toby Lade, who was killed by a reckless driver, has yet to come to terms with her death. The deceased, who sold water and drinks in her house in Fairley Street, Ica, was with her grandson and the child of another resident when a sports utility vehicle, driven by one Samson O'Finn, zoomed into the compound and crushed them. The deceased's 77-year-old husband, Joseph Toby Lade, told Punch Metro that he had yet to get over the shock because he witnessed the incident. He explained that the gate to the compound was left open and O'Finn initially drove into the compound in order to change direction. He added that instead of engaging the gear in the reverse, the driver did not do so. He said, "My wife sold drinks in our compound and her shop is located at the entrance. She was looking after our grandson and the son of one of our neighbors while I was at the balcony. There was heavy traffic on the street and because the main gate was open, the driver of a Toyota Land Cruiser with plate number up 960 AC, drove in to make a U-turn. Probably the driver put the gear in drive instead of reverse because immediately he accelerated, he rammed into my wife and she hit her head against the wall. The vehicle continued to move and it hit my grandson, Evans Toby Lade, and a resident's son, Usman, before ramming into one of the pillars of my house. I quickly rushed downstairs and we took them to Holy Trinity Hospital, which is opposite my house. The kids were treated for head injuries, but the doctors told me that my wife was in critical condition, so she was referred to Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, Ica. Joseph, who was an engineer with Daily Times and Nigeria Printing and Minting Company, told Punch Metro that he took his wife to Lassuth immediately. He said, "My wife was not breathing properly when we got to Lassuth. I asked the nurses to put her on oxygen but they said they did not have oxygen. I told them I was willing to buy and they said Holy Trinity Hospital should have provided the oxygen." Around 6 p.m. on May 21, 2013, my wife died. A copy of the death certificate made available to our correspondent stated that Elizabeth died of head injury and cardiopulmonary arrest. The deceased's husband said he could not imagine life without his wife, adding that everything happened so suddenly. He said, "We were married for 47 years and we had 6 children and over 10 grandchildren. We were happy and we understood each other. We were always together because I have a business center just beside her shop. My wife loved children and my grandchildren have been asking me where grandma is. It is just too sad." Our correspondent learnt that the deceased would be buried in Lagos on July 12. It was also learned that the suspect had been arrested by the Ica Police Division. A copy of the police report made available to our correspondent stated that the matter had been transferred to the traffic section of the police station for further investigation. The spokesperson for the State Police Command, Ngozi Bray-Ide, confirmed the incident to our correspondent on the telephone. Bray-Ide said the suspect had been charged to court. "The suspect has been charged to court for manslaughter," she said. Punch Nigeria.